What up, everyone? Thanks for joining me on my exercise channel. Episode 1 of my workout vlog. You'll come to find that the majority of my exercises are intense in nature, and they're very advanced for the layman individual. So I started my day workout with 10 sets of sprints, roughly 50 to 60 yards in length. From there, I moved on to the lifting variety movement, behind the neck shoulder press. I'd prefer a wider bar, but this is all that I have at home to work with. My goal with this movement is to add width to my shoulders while maintaining a small waist as much as possible. I try not to engage the abs too much because I don't want a protruding stomach. I'd prefer a V taper. It's also important for this movement to not go incredibly heavy. Since you're going behind the back, it's a somewhat of an unnatural plane of motion. Moving on to the next exercise, side lateral raises for the delts. My primary focus on this exercise, along with the majority of my exercises, is to keep my neck stationary in a up and back position, as well as my shoulders. I used to have a bad tendency to let my shoulders droop forward as well as my neck, which can create some improper balances in your physique. Now, I'll also be the first to admit that my symmetry is not completely on point. It's something I'm working on, but you may be able to tell in the video that my left shoulder hangs slightly lower than my right, so I do have to overcompensate just a tiny bit. The next exercise is a fun one, the Arnold press. It incorporates a wider range of motion and gets that shoulder width actuation that I'm looking for. Now, as I start to go higher in weight, my range of motion near the top of the movement starts to become a bit more limited because like I said, I'm still trying to get the most width as possible. So that's my primary focus, is keeping the muscles contracted while staying wide as possible. It's less of a lockout type of movement for me. Short, precise way. What a weirdo talking to himself. Rear delt fly. I didn't get the best angle on this first set. Forgive me for that. Remember to use lightweight for this one. Yeah, like I was saying, this is a pretty underutilized, underrated exercise. Pullovers on a bench really does well with expanding the rib cage, opening up the shoulder girdle. And it's best to breathe deeply. Having done sprints in the beginning phase of the workout today, I didn't focus as much on volume. Kept my working sets to about 3 per exercise. So that concludes the shoulder workout for the day. The primary focus of the day was horizontal expansion, not so much strength, and certainly not overhead lockout. But having said that, started today's exercise with sprints, which really incorporate a lot of speed and power and explosiveness. So say I covered all my bases today. I want to thank everyone for following along. Many more vlogs to come. Stay tuned.